Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we close the book on the story of Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion. If you watched my previous video explaining Spooky's story, you will remember it ended on a cliffhanger. The narrative was incomplete and wouldn't come to a close until the launch of a DLC chapter called The Dollhouse. This has finally released, and you may have caught my full 3-part playthrough on the channel. If not, go take a look to see exactly how things play out. However, in this video we take a look at the twists and turns the Dollhouse reveals. So sit back, relax, and let's see how Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion really ends. When explaining the story told during the course of the Dollhouse, it is obviously important to have a basic grasp of events leading up to this point in time, so let's begin by recapping the story so far. We assume the role of an explorer and historian who ventures into an old mansion to investigate its origins. Little does our intrepid adventurer realise this isn't just any old house. Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion is in fact a hotbed for demonic activity, and is more than meets the eye. It was designed by a shady research company called GL Labs, and its walls are constantly moving and changing position, meaning that once you're trapped inside, it's very difficult to find your way back out again. GL Labs have been using a giant portal within the heart of the mansion known as the Hellgate to summon demons from the darkest reaches of the globe. These are detailed in the many specimen logs found throughout the game. However, one of these entities seems to be a little different from the others, the cute, cheery and mischievous childlike ghost known as Spooky.
Hello, I am Spooky, and this is my home.
Spooky acts as our guide, as well as hindering our progress, all in the name of fun. As we travel further into the mansion, we uncover her tragic backstory. One Halloween, a little girl dressed up for the occasion and went door to door trick-or-treating, but was unable to scare anyone. They simply didn't find her spooky, but instead simply cute. To try and tip the balance in her favour, the girl tried to scare someone using firecrackers. However, the person in question was a homeless war veteran suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and so in a flash of panic ended up shooting the poor child. Her mother and father were distraught, but as the director of GL Labs, the girl's father made a pact to never give up hope and used the wealth of resources and technology within the mansion to resurrect her soul. He brought her back as the ghost known as Spooky. However, when we look at this note written by Spooky's father, he mentions that he just wants to say goodbye and then will return her soul to the afterlife. This never happened. Spooky went on to terrorize the staff working at GL Labs, causing site-wide malfunctions and errors which led to the demonic specimens contained within the mansion to be set free and go on a killing spree. Now the mansion is used as Spooky's recruitment drive, and anyone who makes it to the end of her gauntlet is initiated into her undead army to prove to humanity that ghosts are not cute but things to be feared.
The time has come, my loyal troops. No longer shall we be called cute or adorable. No longer will we be disregarded and ignored.
Her way of getting revenge for that fateful Halloween night. But maybe there is a way to lay Spooky's soul to rest and stop her from unleashing these terrors from their containment within the mansion upon all of humanity. The Dollhouse brings this resolution as well as a shocking twist along the way. So what is the Dollhouse? Well, this was an area of the mansion used by GL Labs to research the viability of dolls as a vessel for trapping and housing spirit energy. Volunteers were assigned into a parent program where they were entrusted with a haunted doll and tasked with keeping it in good spirits. It is stated that many candidates trapped within these dolls were children who died before their time. Knowing GL Labs, it's likely they may have had a hand in this. These dolls are able to replenish the vitality of those who carry them, all done with a simple shake. Yet we are also told shaking these dolls harms the spirit within, so it's best to refrain from doing so. If a doll becomes too distressed, it covers its eyes and we must sit it down within a tea room in order for stability and mental well-being to return. As we explore the dollhouse, we happen upon many notes written by various scientists working for GL Labs. From collecting these notes, we learn that Spooky was briefly summoned from the grave by her father, but did not stay on our plane of existence for very long. The scientists needed to find a way to tether her spirit to Earth. The staff at GL Labs tried again and again to tether spirits they summoned to the human realm, and eventually found limited success using these dolls. However, it seems this process was painful and harmed the spirits in question. Rituals were performed to keep the spirits in check and stop them from escaping their doll husk prisons. These rituals obviously distressed and angered the spirits, causing a number of terrifying anomalies to form and eventually attack the people tampering with them. During our first encounter with Spooky in the dollhouse, she states the following.
I had forgotten about this place. So many tortured souls are here.
Spooky says she has forgotten this place, which suggests it is a memory she does not wish to recall. It also suggests she may have originated here. And notice how our doll appears to be crying whenever we are around Spooky's ghost too. It isn't long before we discover the grave of a woman named Monica. A note is placed at the foot of her tombstone. This note is from Monica's husband and the father of Spooky. The note claims he will respect Monica's wishes and lay her to rest, but will continue to try and resurrect their daughter's soul. Again, notice how the doll we carry reacts around this grave. There is a definite connection here, and it seems obvious this doll was, at one time, the very husk used to contain Spooky herself. It reacts to everything she found painful and tragic, including the death of her mother. Also, notice how Monica was only 39 years old when she died. This suggests she may have taken her own life after her daughter's untimely death and her husband's inability to let Spooky's soul rest in peace. When we eventually discover the lab within this dollhouse, a number of revelations become apparent. The first of these is the mention of an old relic from the Kingdom era, which Spooky's father claims can be used to seal spirits within the earth. He is of course referencing the Hellgate, more on this later. Nearby, another note is found, this time from a scientist, which reveals that after many failed attempts to contain spirits within the husks of these dolls, Spooky was eventually tethered to the very mansion itself. Free to explore at will, but forever confined within its walls. It also mentions the director, Spooky's father, would be pleased with the outcome of his sacrifice. We don't have to wait long to find out what this means. We discover a room which houses a strange device. A box which can harness a person's nightmare as a sacrifice in order to bring back a lost soul. As we enter this room, Spooky appears one final time. However, she seems out of sorts.
I don't like it here. You should probably just leave. There's nothing for you here. Just leave.
It's obvious this room harbours bad memories for her, and soon we discover why. When placing the doll connected to Spooky within this device at the far side of a room, we experience the nightmare within. We see through the eyes of Spooky's killer as he shoots blindly into the darkness at demonic soldiers, his PTSD causing him to hallucinate wildly. As the man becomes more and more panicked, he turns a corner and fires at another terrifying vision. Only this time it is simply a little girl in a Halloween costume setting off firecrackers. After the tragic accident, we see the killer approach a vagrant sleeping on a park bench. The killer lays down the murder weapon beside the vagrant and backs away. After this vision is over, we see the body of the GL Labs director and Spooky's father hunched over in the corner. Interacting with his corpse reveals a secret message. I always wanted to tell you how that night really ended, but I couldn't, because you were gone. I need your forgiveness. That's why I wanted you back at any cost, but in the end I robbed you of both life and unlife. Please go on and be with Monica. I'm sorry. In a shocking twist of events, we discover it was Spooky's father who murdered his own little girl. He was the man suffering trauma. He was the man who fired the gun after his daughter startled him during a moment of hallucinogenic terror. The poor vagrant was simply a patsy, a pawn set up and used to excuse the director of his crime so that he could remain free and able to try and bring his daughter's soul back from the dead. A series of events that caused his company GL Labs to turn to witchcraft and rituals, summoning all manner of terrors from the very bowels of hell. With Spooky laid to rest, the entire mansion begins to self-destruct as the Hellgate can no longer remain stable. Our hapless hero manages to catch a ride aboard a tram to the surface and escapes just before detonation. But not all is well, as we are told through the following text. With the seal broken, the spirits go free. However, the gate to hell was left open. A flood of terror spills outward. The horrors that were once contained within the mansion can now reach the surface. You have escaped into a doomed world. This is the bad ending, but we can unlock a better one if we rewind and complete a few additional tasks along the way. You see, within the dollhouse exists a very special room known as the ritual room. Here we find a ring made up from various symbols, a game console, and a sealed door. This sealed doorway leads to the Hellgate, and the game console is used in conjunction with the ritual ring to summon the various demonic entities contained within the mansion. Upon summoning these entities and leading them back to the Hellgate, they are banished back to the depths of hell, cleansing the mansion once again. Of course, it's not quite that simple. In order to activate this ritual ring, we must first collect 3 missing candles from the root cellar, avoiding a terrible evil known as the hooked doll in the process. Once the evil has been successfully vanquished and Spooky's soul laid to rest, it's time to rush back to the tram and escape before the entire mansion is blown sky high. This time, however, we see a far more peaceful resolution. A final message from the creators states, "With the seal broken, the spirits within the mansion can now go on, and with the Hellgate shut, the terrors that seeped through begin to fade away. Spooky has moved on and rests with her parents now. Somehow, despite all the horror within the mansion, you brought peace to it all." So there you have it. Not only are the cursed souls of a mansion finally set free, but Spooky is reunited with her mother and father in the afterlife. A happy family once again. Their spirits have at last found peace. The mansion is gone, and the evil within banished back to the depths of hell from whence it was first summoned. The story has come to its conclusion, and with that, so has this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.